Hello, everybody. How's it going? There's a little bit different setup today because Brian and I were working on the audio, and audio always kicks my ass. I don't know if you know me in real life, I suppose, then audio the last 2 months has been my nemesis. But welcome everyone to the Nervous Ghost Press Open Mic episode 5. Winter is a ghost, and a chilly ghost at that. Flies with the wind smoothly and scarily. I hope that all of you are happy and healthy and warm. And Ghost Dennis isn't here today, but I'll be reading one of his works, or a piece of it. You have to wait until it's in a book to read the rest of it. You always got to keep you wanting more. The Nervous Ghost Press Open Mic is a space where artists, singers, musicians, writers, everybody in our community is welcome always, no matter what. You email me, email social media, and we'll have you on every month, third Saturday at 6 o'clock Pacific. And remember to stay in touch. Our social media is Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Nervous Ghost Live right here. And send me if you're an artist or something, or you want, to display your stuff. I'll put it up here depending on, I don't know what season January is. It's my birthday, so maybe some birthday presents. You could paint me a cool party hat, put it on the ghost in the bottom corner. That would be awesome. This is our last virtual event of the year, which is kind of cool. Christmassy, snowy, it's cold, it's warm. We all got to hang out, be cozy together. And we'll be back in January. But in January, we might be in person. Brian and I are going to be working on the office space. We're going to be working with a local cafe, bookstore, and so on to try and have a space every single month. We can begin to, get back into the neighborhoods, the communities, see everybody, buy books and other things, and take care of our local businesses. Nervous Ghost Press is dedicated to our communities and to the idea that writing saves lives. Writing is our unifier. Writing breaks down barriers and walls and everything that separates us. Writing heals generational traumas and allows us to say, I can heal from these generational traumas. And so every single time we're here, I'm grateful to be here. I got this cool hat on today. It took me a while to find it, and then it was in the most obvious place, right? Called somebody, hey, you have one? It was like, yeah, in the closet. And I was like, oh, damn. All right, cool. Gotcha. And so I will read Dennis's, probably a page or two of Dennis's poem to start us off. And then we have a very intimate group today. It's really nice. We'll be done probably sooner, but very, very close-knit group today. We'll have a nice Q&A session at the end. If anybody has questions, of course, always send us questions. www.nervousghostpress.com, ghost@nervousghostpress.org. And as the audio, I'm doing a bunch of things over here, so after I read, we're going to have a little bit of pauses throughout the night today. Just, bear with me. But this is Have a Nice Day, button pinned to a dead body by Dennis, and our editor-in-chief here. Ask the light at the end of the world. Ask the sparrow floating dead in a swimming pool. Ask the turbine engines above the clouds blending distracted angels to feathers. Ask the tortured artist snapping his brushes and canvases to the trash. Ask the undercover polygamist who made plaques for girls he wooed with the same pickup line. Ask the nude centerfold pitching the corner of her trifold poster clothes. Ask the telemarketer chained at her sore ankle to the desk. Ask the ballpoint pen filled with blood ink. Ask the wedding ring left on the nightstand. Ask the lobotomized werewolf. Ask the expired ground beef. Ask the empowered televangelist with his hand on a boy in a wheelchair. Ask the paychecks half-eaten by piranhas. Ask the students accepted to Ivy League schools, auctioning their virginities. Ask the stop signs riddled with bullet holes. Ask an American from an unforeseeable future. Ask the invading pestle in your pocket change. Ask the severed finger in a bowl of chili. Ask the separated lovers. Ask the liars rehearsing their masterpieces of lies. And so make sure to check them out. Contact Dennis. Stay in touch, and you can read the rest of it. And probably sound better than if I read it. And so let me turn off my audio here. I'm going to introduce Maya, and everybody feel free to share a little bit about yourself first. Say whatever you like, read, speak, share, and I'm excited. I'm happy to meet all of you. So first, say whatever you like, read, speak, share, and
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
I'm happy to meet all of you. So
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name's Maya Alexandria. I'm a poet in Sacramento. I'm a biracial African American poet in Sacramento. Sorry that my camera is off today. I'm getting over a cold and not looking too great, so I didn't want to subject everyone to that. But I got a couple poems that I'm gonna read. I'm really excited to perform tonight. Thank you so much, you guys, for putting this on right before the holidays. It's really nice to be able to gather and hear some creative processes before we embark into the new year. So thank you so much for this. The first poem I'm going to read is one of my favorite ones. It's called Dreams of My Foremothers. There is a essay and trigger warning there. So if you need a second, you might want to mute this, or if you need to walk away for a moment, I understand and I respect that. But yeah, I'll begin. Dreams of my foremothers. My foremothers spoke spells into my skin, promising me a future they could never dream to live. But it's hard to dream with a white man's breath on your neck and his hands grasping at treasures his eyes should never have seen. When their no's and don'ts delivered devotions to an empty throne on high, they clawed for goddesshood and ascended. Divining scripture in his back, they crafted promises of justice from ether and blood, incanting through my Creole cadence, enchanting each strand of hair with a finger, and speaking spells into my skin to strike down the blasphemy before them. Incognito and against the white ego, I am their wildest dreams come alive, a promise to be fulfilled. Thank you so much, everyone. This next one was inspired by Arthur Kazakian's body snatching workshop, where you take from other writers and continue on with their form or, some of their ideas and kind of continue on the conversation. I think it's a really cool thing to do because it's, conversations that are transcending time. And I think that's a really cool concept. So this one, I am body snatching from Maya Angelou's Still I Rise, and I call this one Rise. Rise. Still I rise, not from ash like a phoenix, but from the dust of Lexapro and hydroxide. Even when dethroned, hair clipped, and clothes throned, I rise like a corpse, dead walking to the lull of life's tune, dead walking. But still I rise with daybreak because she knows how to fall with hope into the night. Thank you so much. And I'm going to finish up with this newer one that I wrote called Opposite Signs, where I kind of meditate on my astrological sign, Aquarius. That is the water bear, and it's an air sign. If you are really into this, you know that your birth chart is made up of, tens of, not like, hundreds of signs, but you have like a lot of different placements. And when I did my chart, I found out I was very heavily Aquarius. There's like 7 different placements. So I'm very in tuned with my sign, to say the least. So I'm going to go ahead and perform opposite signs. Opposite signs. In a world that thirsts for water, it's hard for an Aquarius to transmute breath into wanted water. What I would do for a crumb of knowledge about love. Teach me, Leo, to prey upon the heart. I cannot cross the cosmos the way you do. for the slightest whiff of retrograde. Teach me how to feast upon a fire already burning inside of me. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate this. For the slightest whiff of retrograde. Teach me how to feast upon a fire already burning.
Thank you. Thank you, Maya. And let me see, hold on. YouTube can hear me, but now Zoom can hear me too. There we go. So many buttons over here, my goodness. And so one thing, Maya, that you're writing, I can hear myself twice. One thing that you're writing reminded me of, or makes me think about it, that this is something that I've been dealing with in my own writing, kind of my own experiment and exploration, is ancestors. And I'm exploring right now. I'm researching where exactly I'm from, not just what I am, but where we're from on both sides, and however far back they go. And I want to know. And I think it's nice to know where our bones are from, where our ancestors suffered, and the trauma that we carry, because we are, at least, and you said ancestors, we're the dreams. I'm the dream, you're the dream, all of us are the dream that they suffered and suffered, that we would be able to have a smile and goals and succeed and all of these things that we're fighting for. And I certainly want to pay them as much credit as they're due, to say, hey, you did what you had to do. I'm gonna keep the fight going as much as possible. I'm also gonna appreciate it that my bones exist because theirs were broken, and I think that is absolutely fantastic, and it really resonated with me a lot. And as far as some lines here, spells into my skin and feast upon it, I'm like, oh my gosh, these are, I'm like, I try to figure out which ones to write down. But thank you, Maya, for joining us, and I hope you feel better. I hope that you drink a lot of water. I don't know, well, I'm not a doctor, but drink a lot of water. That's usually it, right? And a few other words or maybe announcements as far as what the press is up to. In April, we're releasing a novel and a collection of poetry, and so stay tuned for those. We have a new journal coming out called The Waiting Room, and we're going to be open for submissions. My target is the end of the year, but the semester is also ending, and final, oh my gosh, grading is a nightmare, and there's so much grading. But stay tuned for everybody. We're going to announce it, our Twitter, Instagram, social media, the website, everywhere. Submissions are always free, starting now, and all future submissions will be free forever. It is in, I'm not sure if it's in the bylaws, but I think I put it in the bylaws. All submissions are free no matter what, as an organization, as what we're doing. So stay tuned for that. Submit it. It'll be annually, a magazine, a journal, art, music, video, choreography, dance. I'm going to find a way to incorporate all of those things in there. And probably not a CD like they used to, but something. Technology has, grown a lot. So stay tuned, everybody. And now, Lorenda, when you're ready, take it away.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having this. I echo what Maya has said. Thank you so much for this space. My name is Lorenda Hawkins-Smith, and I am a multi-hyphenate. So I'm a writer, actor, singer, filmmaker person. I have a Justice or Just Me book series and also play series, solo plays. So the first piece I'm going to read is actually, it's called Air, and it was inspired by George Floyd. And it was published in Cultural Weekly, which is now Cultural Daily, June 6, 2020. It's called Air. Air is H2O? No. Air is the breath of life. Life to give, not yours to take. Air is fresh, air is free, air is between you and me. Air. Air. I need air, you need air, we need air, air to breathe, air to live. Give me some air. Air on the side of air. To whom much is given, much is required. Air. This is the air I breathe. Give me some air Take flight, take breath, take your own. Don't take mine. Air. H2O. No. Help me to overcome. Air can be rare if you can't pay the fare. With just one glare, where is the air? Where? There? With just a pair of, with just a tear of, the thought I can't bear of, who will care of, will they dare care for my need for air? Is it fair? Where is the air? Don't just stare, don't just glare, give me air. Sell your wares in the lion's lair. To overcome with my need for air to help me breathe, help me breathe, help me to overcome. H2O, no. Help me to live or leave me alone. Help me to breathe or leave me to die. Hear my cries, hear my pleas. Have to own up to the gifts we bear. The gift to breathe, the gift to live, the gift to hear, the gift to see. Can you hear me breathe? Can you see me choke? Can you care for the air I need? H2O, no. Not if the air you breathe is in my vicinity. Not if your need to breathe stops my divinity. Air if you must, air if you need, air on the side of air. Air you can see, air you can touch. To some it matters, to others not much. Air to live, air to move. It is in you I live, move, and have my being, my spirit, my breath, my air. Breath of life, I give it back to you. Giver of life, giver of breath. It is yours to take. It is yours to give. The air I breathe is just for a moment. For what is man but a vapor? Here today and tomorrow not. But it is you who value my breath. It is you who value my air. It is you who wants me to take up air, take up space, to make space. Space is made, space is taken, space is given. Take up the space, take up the air. It was bought with a price and the price wasn't fair. Take up the space, take up the air. You were bought for a price and the price wasn't fair. My breath belongs to me alone. Who are you to take what I own? Thank you. Take up the space, take up the air. You were bought for a price and the price wasn't fair. My breath belongs. And this next one is called I Am. Thank you. And it's from my Justice or Justice. Justice or Just Me, the Bite show. Is called I Am the tetherball tethered to the pole, alone in the field of weeds, stationary by the mound of cement foundation, firmly embedded in the earth. I am the chocolatey flaky crunch of the Kit Kat Cat Kit, giving me a break as I break you off a piece of my Kit Kat bar. I am the snap crackle pop of my arm when I used it to break, a slow lean, not fall, as my steel wheel roller skate stopped wheeling suddenly over. I am the Wiz soundtrack as Miss Wan sang about who and how to get to the wizard. And Dorothy as she sang about home and how do I get back? And Eveline, because don't nobody bring me no bad news, saying, you can win. I am from the foothills of Altadena, a true Dina dame, where the howls and screeches of coyotes sing songs to the wind whistling, owls hooting, and squirrels scurrying. I am from the fire engine racing, sirens blaring up the street to save my mom, who is standing right next to me, and my dad asking who they were looking for as they said, my mom. Someone called and said there was an emergency for her as we all looked on in bewilderment. I am from the King's English private schools, upper middle class, Southside Chicago, Detroit, Michigan, Barry Manilow, Lou Rawls, Dionne Warwick, Donna Summer, banking, ka-ching, teaching. Now, what did I say? I am from Creek, not Cherokee, Irish that never smiled in pictures. Slave, Africa, oil, black, first black Oklahoman rich man. corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day, black eyed peas on New Year's Eve. I am only child, only voice, only emotion, only feeling, only learning, only hearing, only telling, only fearing God Almighty, only God, only one. I thought I always knew God. And that's that one. Do I have time for one more? Oops, I can't see. Yeah? Okay. I'll do a quick one. Speaking of ancestors, Biddy Mason, she is my shero. And if you don't know about her, oh, you should look her up. Biddy Mason overcame slavery to become one of the first wealthiest women in downtown LA, California. Black. So this is called I Walk. And I walk, 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 walk. I bring about the birth of babies, and I walk, walk, walk. I'm not allowed to ride with the master and his family on the stagecoach, and I walk, walk, walk. I have a story, I have a purpose, I have a meaning, and I walk. Something has to be done, something has to be sown, something has to be cooked, something has to change. And so I walk. Don't look much different here. Same old story, another baby born, and I walk. What's better, with shoes, without? Blisters gonna happen no matter what, but I gotta walk. Sun is beating down upon me, wind is whipping my face and hair, dust trying to go in my eyes, rain falling, trying to make me fall. But I walk, have to walk, gotta walk, need to walk, won't keep still, won't be still, need to see what's on the other side. Whatever it is, gotta be better than this. Baby number, and so I walk. Slave state, free state, which state, what state? Court of opinion, court of who? Justice ain't always just. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and so I walk. Thank you. Court of opinion, court of who? Justice ain't always just. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Lorenda. And I have all my notes here. I don't know if you can see all the red. It has to be in red too, right? And the air. Oh my gosh, all the movement of the air and the words, the movement of air, the movement in the sounds and the rhymes, the performance of it. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so. No matter how stressed I am, you could ask Brian maybe after we're done with YouTube how stressed I was trying to with the audio, the complications that were popping up. But I would not and I will not cancel, because we need to hear the words and we need to see the words. We need to see the movement and the movement that your body did and made when you said the words. And I've noticed a lot in my students and myself when we're working on speaking, and you look up and you're like, wait, why did I look up? And there's something in the word, there's something from where it came from where it was born and what it meant to us up here that makes our body move, and our body says so much more than just our faces. And we have to be able to listen, and listening, or being able to listen to the writer and the speaker. Same thing with Maya. Read your work. I'm like, it's just the coolest thing. And justice is not always just absolute. That's just a fact, And I am and sound corned beef and cabbage, delicious, just with some potatoes, And the idea of my breath is my own, and it's really cool how, and it's proof. Every single one of these events, whether it's a large one, a small one, a long one, short in duration or whatever it is, every single one proves that all of us are connected in some kind of way. We're connected in either it's art. We've had dancers before. We've had artists, singers, and musicians, and poets and writers, of course. But all of us, we're connected from somewhere. And it could be thousands of years ago, it could be yesterday, it could be something happened in my childhood that happened just to you now, or in your childhood that just happened to me or happened to somebody, but we all connect in those places, and we go to the same place when we write and when we paint. And the place that I go to, it might look different, but it's totally the same place. It's a horrible place, but what's born from that horrible place is beautiful, and it's ours. Like, the breath is yours, the writing is ours, all of it is us. And so thank you, Lorenda. And we're gonna try something. I'm gonna share my, or RJ, can you share your screen? Did you send it to me? If you sent it to me, I can share my screen. But if you have it, you can share your screen. And so let's see, Brian, tell us a joke.
Any jokes? I'm not a very affluent comedian, at least not in intention. You know, I provide like lots of laughs, but sometimes those aren't really things that I say, more things that I do. At least not in intention. I guess the only joke that I really know is sometimes those aren't really things that a person walked into the bar. What did they say? I guess the only joke that I really know. He said, "Ow." So it was an actual bar. A person walked into the bar. Yeah, pretty corny. Sorry, I made it into your live. That's cool. He said, "Ow." So it was an actual bar.
That was a horrible joke. But while RJ and I work on this, and yeah, I want to talk about jokes a little. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any jokes, but you know, let me see. Oh, wait, hold on. What happened, Lorenda?
I think it's cool. Yeah, I mean,
are you sure? You got to think about it.
We're I think we're trying to fill up some space right now. Is what's happening. So anything would be pretty dope, I feel. So if you got any material that you would like to share with us, you can totally. Yeah, slay it on us. It's all good. Anything would be pretty dope, I feel.
I usually have props. Spoiler alert, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it without props. So my name is Lorenda, and I am a woman of faith, and I do like to pray. I even have a prayer rock, and it says prayer changes things. And you know what else changes things? Rocks. Rocks change things. Yeah. I'm not an advocate for violence. I'm a change maker. That's right. Like when I'm at the store, ah, and people don't know how to social distance, I pray. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. And then when I open my eyes, everybody's gone. Holy Spirit, activate. I think y'all are ready. Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate. Thank you for indulging me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for sharing that with us. I like that. Yeah. Are we ready for the next one, Matt? You just need more time.
That was perfect. All right, RJ, are you ready? Hold on. You're muted. Can't. Oh no, there you go. So RJ, you shared your screen a little bit. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. We're working on it. All right, everybody, we got this. We're that could work. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I have a poem here I haven't read in a while, I think. Let's see. Here we go. This would be a good time filler upper. So this poem, I may have read it a while ago. I'm not sure, but this poem is called "Who Ain't I Seen With," and the inspiration, it just happened to be, you know, in the pile of paperwork I have over there. But it was inspired as my dad in high school. I didn't know him in high school. I think that's fair to say. But now, you know, he's grew up with him. He's not my homie, you know, any of that kind of stuff. But in his yearbook, and he's probably gonna get pissed off at me, but it says, you know, who do you hang out with at school? And the answer was, who ain't I seen with? And I was like, who ain't you seen with? He's like, who the hell are you? He's like, I was like 17. I'm like, I don't care. Who ain't you seen with? I'm all right. So I wrote a poem. Who ain't I seen with? For fighting day and day and day and day and day, then wake up and stop, drop out, it's not done, start again. Tell me what my skin means. Brown eyes see just as clear as green ones, and blue ones are pretty, but pretty is fucking useless. Rip the calluses off soft hands and feet sitting in cute little beds and down blankets made from skeletons and broken bones of children labored by daddy's dreams, and the alcohol in mommy's blood became the love in mine, and mine can catch fire. Let's fight and pull at each other till we can't walk, till we can't stand, when the only thing we speak of is handing off the blame. The same way shoulders shrug and shake if there's something better somewhere, stand up and take it. Extend the hands and shake them, then suffocate the hatred, ignite the fucking insides. If it doesn't exist, then make it. What is there to be afraid of? The status quo don't mean a damn thing. Take that beer, pound shots, wake up, walk to work, write books, sell out, shave, don't shave. They tell you not to, but don't. Pressed up against my skull, line it up, it won't travel far, but my brains will make waves. Tying a noose is easy. You just gotta try. And so that is, who ain't I seen with? And here we go. All right, so where's my screen? So RJ, unmute yourself. I'm gonna mute myself. Whenever you're ready, go.
Matt, now do you see, I just shared a photo with you through here. So it says, if you see share content, I just put it up there. So if you can access it right through here, I think. Matt, now do you see?
I see it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So this is my first photo. This is actually my favorite photo that I've ever taken. So this is recent in November. So to tell you little guys a little bit about this photo, it was actually in Doctor Strange, which is a Marvel movie. So, you know, that's what drew me to the location. It's a pretty, really like picturesque location. So, you know, as you can see, there's a light trail, and it's one of the nicest highways, like where you can just see the turns, you know, so then the light trail. So I'm a big guy I'm big into light trails and long exposures, so this would be my favorite photo. So yeah, I mean, I tried taking this picture. Maybe I probably took 1,000 pictures over a month span of time. I went back to the location maybe like 4 times, and it was like a 2-hour drive for me going back for the perfect picture. So yeah, I plotted this picture for a while, and I'm so happy with it. But yeah, it's in Sparrow Bush, New York. I'm from New York, so the name of the location is called Hawk's Nest. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty well-known area, tourist attraction, and it was in the Doctor Strange, which is a Marvel movie. So I mean, yeah, I got the fall colors. I got a little bit of the lights, and I'm a night photographer, so I like mixing in landscapes with skylines, and the city, and smashing up the nature with it. So yeah, after this photo, yeah, I can pretty much show you my latest one. If I can cancel out of here, and then I'll just send you my next one. I'll show you like five. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I think it's like one of my most beautiful photos. So, but so yeah, I'm gonna stop this share. There it is, and then let me show you my next one. Oh, actually, that's pretty easy. Matt, I could just share my next one, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Thank you for having me on again, Matt. I appreciate the invite, and coming from all the way from California, man, 3,000 miles away, that makes it much more special. I'll show you guys this one. This is not my most recent, but this is the lunar eclipse. So the sun was aligned with the moon. I woke up at around like 4 o'clock for this picture. It's a local beach in Westchester. So as you can see, yeah, the sun's completely like mixed in with the moon. So the moon's rising. The sun's rising, the moon's setting at the same time. I try to get it like really symmetrical within those two boats, and the sky was like something like I've never seen in my life. So yeah, I'm glad I got that one, and I could show you some other ones that where I zoomed into the lunar eclipse and really got some special effects. And I'll show you one of my favorite ones on that one. But yeah, I mean, I picked up a camera in the pandemic. I got really good, really quick. I played with a camera back at my old jobs. Taking pictures of cars. But after I really thought about which camera I wanted, and got it, I got really talent. I got really good, really quick, and my talents, like, I give it up to my mentor too. Um, that's mentor will help you more than an education or like being on the field. I feel like it helps you a lot more too. Just having somebody there. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, I got the clouds like looming over that moon and sun. So yeah, this is one of my dear pictures. But yeah, it's really creepy, eerie. But yeah, let me show you my latest one where the Statue of Liberty aligns with the Empire State Building. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much to your guys' time. But the poetry, I'm a big fan of poetry as well. So being here is, I'm honored. Thank you, Matt, again. But let me get you to my latest photo. Where are you? Here we are. So yeah, I'm big into color. I've always been into color, and teal and turquoise is one of my favorite colors. So I took this with a 600 millimeter lens, and it was pretty damn cold and windy out. So this is the Statue of Liberty, aligning the torch or the candle with the tip of the Empire State Building, and this is my latest one. So yeah, I'm hoping to print this one and get this in my room as soon as possible with a nice canvas. But yeah, that's Summit 1. So this is like a huge new tourist attraction in New York City as well. It's called One Vanderbilt Place. It's a pretty big building for tourists and New Yorkers. It's got this brand new like observation deck. So it's supposed to be one of the it's like all glass and mirrors going up, and like it's like you take a glass elevator up to the top of the thing, and it's supposed to have a jaw-dropping, breathtaking view. But yeah, let me get you my next one. I try to keep it more, you know, nature and city too. I try to mix in like landscapes and skyline, the beauty of them both. That's pretty much my lane. But yeah, I'm not a big portrait photographer. I like trying to be a little different. And I like people when they look at my pictures to, have that wow effect. And for the most part, I've been pretty much getting it. And I really like. It took me 33 years of my life, but I'm committed to photography, and it's the first time. Like it might take you 33 years to to figure out what you want to do. It might take you 43 years. But one day everybody figures out what they're meant to do, and you just got to find it. But yeah, I mean, photography stole my heart, and I don't call myself a photographer. I call myself an artist. And when people ask me, if I'm like, what kind of photographer you are, I say I'm a fine art photographer because I feel like my stuff is too good to be just like, called a photo or a photograph. So here's one of the Brooklyn Bridge. This is one of my favorite photos as well. But tell me what you think about that, guys. So I went to this location maybe like 4 times with my best friend, in the midst of the winter, maybe last year. So yeah, I mean, sitting there freezing, have our hands freezing, both of us. I got my best friend, like, out there with me, but and like thank God for him because he's like my security guard and my bodyguard and my while I'm taking these pictures and my friend, so yeah, it was a pretty dramatic picture. Got the perfect light trails sitting. So yeah, there I went back to this location twice. There was construction there, and I had to come back. But yeah, they kicked me out a couple times for being at this location. So yeah, this is the Brooklyn Bridge. There it is, baby. And then let me try. I think I got one more in me. What do I got? What I got? 3 so far. I think I'll give you 2 more, guys. I would like to show you another picture of the Empire State Building. So that's the Empire State Building, and you have a bus passing by. So this is really my favorite type of photography, long exposure light photography. So it's this picture I called the rule of thirds, because you got your Empire State Building on a third, and then you got on the other third you got the light trail. So I call it the golden ratio. But another thing I like about these photos is as you see these little street lights, they're giving you like a sun glow effect. So the sun does that at a certain time when the sun sets. So it's hard to get that beam sometimes, but I have just street lights catching them. So you got a little bit of trees around the city. So I try to like mix in the city and like I said, the landscapes and nature. So that's what I'm pretty much out here gonna do is defy the odds a little bit and try to jump out of the box, and try to mix 2 things and do something that has not been really seen in photography world. But yeah, I died behind these photos, man. I like I plan them. There's people think that you go take a picture, but it's like you gotta post, you gotta plan it, which is 33%, and you gotta go out and get the shot, which is another 33%, and then and then you gotta edit the picture, so you gotta bring out the colors and do what you do, bring out the sky. But yeah, I use Lightroom to edit my photos. So let's do one more. But I try not to, do anything crazy dramatic to my photos that'll change the look of them. But for the most part, I keep them really, really natural. But let me give you one more. I just got back from Cabo. I took a bunch of cool pictures there. But I'll show you one of my favorite ones. Let's see if I got it on here. It is somewhere over here. Just hang with me tight, guys. Let's see what we got. Oh, here we are. All right, this photo is my last one, actually. You know, so this is when I first got into photography, you know, so it was negative degrees this day. And I didn't take this picture in New York. I took this picture in New Jersey, and it was negative 10 temperatures. I took it with a telephoto lens, and there was also about like 30 other photographers there because it was like a one of a kind moon, and everybody knew for the most part it was going to be behind the Empire State Building. But you know, we had to run with our tripods in negative 10-degree temperature. It was by the water, and it was like pretty fun scene, you know, but very frigid, you know, like I think I might have gotten frostbite on this day. Just trying to get this picture. But yeah, it's one of my favorites, you know. To tell you the truth, I took this photo in my first couple of months of photography, and I went out with my mentor. You know, he was showing me the ropes, you know, and you know, we went out, and I actually got a better picture than him. So I don't know how, you know, but yeah, I had this framed at one of my friend's house. So yeah, I'd like it because it's not like the norm, you know. A lot of people have it kind of bright, and I pretty much darkened it up a little bit and like made it a little eerie. But yeah, I mean, this was the first photograph I printed too, like for like art and to make it a canvas. And I think I'm actually going to make it aluminum as well. So I just started like, you know, playing with all my you know, the different scenarios with how my art's going to be on walls. I've been playing with aluminum and, you know, playing with like canvases, and I want to do like maybe boutique printing and, you know, work with some artists and art curators and art boutique printers in New York City to really nail like, you know, what I'm trying to do here with these photos. So yeah, just need somebody to bring it out. And yeah, I'm hopefully one day I'll be in, you know, the hospitality restaurants and, you know, clubs, and, you know, maybe in like the house of a multi billionaire. So, you know, but I love photography. I'm not gonna take any more time because you know, it really freezes time. So, you know, there's nothing like it. These pictures say 1,000 words to me, 1,000 words to you. You know, I can go back to exactly how I felt, you know, at the time of the photo, you know, and tell you how the air smelled, who I was with, what song I was thinking of, and, you know, so, you know, there's nothing like, you know, just making the art, you know. And it took, like I said, it took me 33 years. So, you know, I tried a lot before, you know, photography, and photography makes my heart pump. And, you know, I decided that, you know, I'm going to do this. So, but yeah, hope you guys like all the work, you know, but I'll let Matt take over. Yeah, if you want to see some more, I got one more if you want to see it, Matt. I'm just trying to find it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I dragged my best friend Richard. He's here with me. I got that art print hanging, you know, in his house. I got a couple art prints, you know. So one day, hopefully, you know, they're gonna be in you know, the restaurants and the fancy, you know, hotels in Dubai, you know, from my mouth to God's ears, you know. Well, you know, if you don't have faith in or believe in your stuff, you know, nobody else is gonna believe in it. So, you know, if I manifest it into the air, you know, that's the only way it'll happen. Because like the minute I doubt myself, and the minute I fear not being one of the biggest artists in the world, is the minute that or the second it won't happen. So, you know, I got to believe I'm the best, and then make the world believe I'm the best with these photos. So, but yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's one of my Midtown Manhattan ones. Just bear with me, guys. Thank you so much. I know I'm taking a lot of time searching for these photos, but I promise it's worth it. Actually, where are you? Actually, I'm gonna leave you with this one. So Yeah, I mean, it's not like I showed you enough city videos, but this is again at the same place as the other one with the beach. Remember the two boats with the moon? So it's one of my favorite areas. I shoot there a lot. But yeah, I mean, I've always went there. I've always went to this location even before I started photography. And I would just sit there during sunset and just like think of like, how picturesque and photogenic this place is, and like, finally when I did get a camera, I still went to that place and I started shooting this place, and I feel like I learned in my beginning stages at this place. So this is one of my first photos. It's one of my favorites.
Where is this place?
This is in Larchmont. It's a little small beach. It's really like a gem. So it's in probably 40 minutes, 35 minutes north of New York City. 30 minutes, 35 minutes north of New York City. But yeah, one of my first ones too. But yeah, I still love it. It gives you a different feel. I do a lot of city photography and skyline photography. But yeah, it's good to just get the nature, the water, sometimes just the simplicity of the hills and the trees. But yeah, I mean, I want to get this printed as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot this year in 2022. I'm trying to create as much as possible. I haven't really like, my next step is making my website and my Instagram. My Instagram's I've been posting a lot on there. But next step is to make a website and really get it out there and to tap into the art world. But yeah, I'm really in 2022. I'm gonna focus on creating more, and these pictures, they take a lot out of me. Like sometimes I'll spend a month on a photo. That's like, and I don't rush anything. I let everything align. So I don't rush my product at all. And I feel like when I'm happy with it inside my heart is when I feel like I can let it go. And I don't let anything rush me. I in the whole year I maybe created maybe like 10 photos that I love with the bottom of my heart. And, that might not be a lot for a lot of people, but, when you look at my photos, I think they fucking speak volumes. Sorry for cursing. Excuse my French, but, I like for my photos to speak volumes and like, be as natural as possible too. I don't try to Photoshop anything. Just try to keep it really simple and, just express myself through photography pretty much. Everyone expresses themselves. Lorenda, you express yourself through poetry. Matt, Maya. So, I express myself through pictures, and, I try to tell a story. And, when I look at these pictures, I have a story brewing in my head, from when I took it and how I took it, like I said. So, nothing brings back that feeling, and when I see these photos, it kind of like gives me the chills too, when a lot of my photos, because I know how much I put into it, and how much, thought or, time I put into it. Sometimes I stay up till like 4 a.m. editing these things. And just because I like being, editing in the silence of the night when I know everybody is sleeping, and I like night photography. So yeah, night photography is the most challenging. I chose it, So yeah, I mean, what else can I say? I just love it. It makes my heart pump. And yeah, I'm just gonna, chase it and keep doing it. It's not really work to me because I'm doing what I love. So I think like when you find something you love, when you just keep doing it and not think of it like as work, and I feel like all the stars and everything will align. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going at it because like, every day, I'm just like, I'm just gonna follow it and that's it, Like I said, it took me 33 years, but it's probably gonna take the death of me too. Or follow me to my graveyard, for these photos, So, they say Van Gogh, like he's my biggest inspiration. He never sold a photo his whole career, but I'm gonna make my photo sell. Nowadays I cannot, with all the access and resources we have with the internet and marketing and like do what I'm doing with you guys. This is actually my first, kind of thing, like, marketing my, photos. So, just, I'm pretty much blessed to like, be here with you guys as well. Maybe one day this will be, I'll look back at this thing and like, it'll be like, history was made or something, and Lorenda too, you know, like your stuff was published. So I'm like honored to like be in the same room with you, you know, too. So, you know, you're obviously doing something right. And I'm a newbie. I could probably learn a lot from you too, Lorenda. So yeah, I mean, congratulations on all your you know, poetry being published in it was it a magazine or a newspaper? Was it I think a digest, or what is that, a book? Still got the mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Cultural Daily, and it's online. It's an
Okay,
online
cool. I'll check it
publication.
out.
And now it's, yeah, it was Cultural Weekly. Now it's Cultural Daily. And dude, it resonates. I mean, it took me, how old am I? I'm like, what am I? What am I? I just turned 52. So
Awesome.
it took me a lot of years to finally move forward in it, instead of just waiting for the right time or whatever.
Yeah.
The Cultural Weekly Daily situation just came up. That opportunity came up, but I had been sitting on my book for like years.
Wow.
And then I finally just self-published. And then
Wow.
I'm just. But your work is beautiful, and I like to video edit, and I'm always looking for stock footage, you know, especially in the film industry. They're always looking for stock footage, and those light trails reminded me of some of the stock footage I see out there. But of course, yours is, I mean, so as you're doing your art and doing what you're doing, I'm just saying maybe this might be something to look into too on the side, like selling your work to stock footage places.
Hey, I don't know if you're seeing this photo right now. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's this is Chinatown. This is like the midst of the pandemic. But yeah, Lorenda, back to what you were saying. Yeah, I don't really want to sell my prints, or you know, like I do this for love. So, you know, when I do release my work and you know, all my artwork or my photos, it's going to be through an NFT collection. So yeah, I'm just waiting for like, you know, right now you see like cartoons and you know pixel punks and like pixelated stuff that's like people take like 5 minutes to make. So I'm waiting till like all that blows over, you know. So like, because I know it's gonna burst. So then like you know, because it's not really done for the love of and the art. You know, people are buying these, you know, graphic design pictures of monkeys. You know, so you know I'm gonna let that you know blow over, and then maybe next year, you know, when I'm happy with like 25 photos, I'm gonna like make and I really get my name up, and you know, doing things like this with Matt, you know, and keep just doing a lot of shows and you know tapping into the art world and being in New York City, doing podcasts, everything like that. You know, I just really have to promote myself as from the ground roots, you know, and it's gonna be tough, but you know, when you do what you love, you know, and you believe in it so much, you know, I feel like everything is gonna flourish, and it's just bound to, you know, take off. I think because I put so much love into my art and stuff. So, you know, this is Chinatown, but it's a pretty, regular photo. I just wanted to put it up there. You know, it's, I don't think we have a time limit on this, stream, do we? I'll show a couple more photos. I'll let you get back to it, Matt. But, I appreciate all you guys for watching and being here with me. I feel blessed to be in the room with all you guys. Brian, you haven't spoken yet, so I'm looking forward to you know seeing what you have to. All right, yeah. I mean, this is one of my favorite photos too. I don't know if you see the bottom of it because it's cut off, but there's a light trail in that thing too on the bottom. You can see it kind of through the boxes if you're on Zoom. I don't know. But yeah, I went back to this location probably you know 5 times in the winter. You know, really when I picked up the camera, and you know I framed the photo. I've taken this photo, you know, hundreds of times, maybe close to 1,000. But you know, when the moon was coming out one day, you know, in front of the, you know, I knew I wanted the moon in this picture to make it different. So I had the picture, you know, just as good as this one, maybe a little better without the moon, but I held on to it to make it a little, you know, give you that wow factor. And I think I did that, you know, because the moon, when I show this picture to people, you know, just randoms, and the first thing they say is usually look at that moon. So I think I made the right decision. It was taken in New Jersey again. But that's Midtown Manhattan. That's the Edge building all the way on the right hand side. A pretty famous tourist attraction nowadays. It's the biggest observation deck on the East Coast, or the West Coast, sorry. Excuse me. Then you got the Vanderbilt Place. I don't know if you remember the Statue of Liberty photo that you seen earlier. That had that green building in there, but it was blue in that other building. That's the Bank of America building, and the next to it, and then the H&M building. But also the Chrysler buildings, a little small to the right of the Vanderbilt. That's one of the most famous buildings in New York City as well. And they're doing a lot of construction. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Hudson Yards. That's that whole area. It's supposed to be, you know, like a multi-billion-dollar project. So they're planning on making it, you know, one of the most affluent neighborhoods in New York City. So yeah, I love it. It's pretty magical. The mall's the nicest mall I've ever been to in my life. So yeah, a lot of people all over the world, and you know, in America, they come to New York City, and the first place they go is Hudson Yards. So it's definitely something worth you know, going to see and check out. But yeah, I'll leave you with that last photo. But Matt, if you want to take over the screen, I'll stop this share.
All right, thank you. I got, you know, so many buttons to press to get myself back on here. One day it's just gonna be like a ding, you know. But you know, some notes I have a lot, and thank you for the photos. I liked all of them, the colors, the exposure. I always like the way the exposure works. I did a panorama or whatever it's called on my phone once. You know, when you kind of move it around, horrible. And you know, so I really like the way that yours came out, but more than just the visual aspects of it, what means the most to me, and this is why I think these events are so important, is you and the passion in your words and how you explained it and how you spoke about it, where it's not just a photo, it's you. And our writing is not just a piece of paper, it's us. And you know, one of the biggest things that you spoke about was not being afraid, and you know, not having the fear and putting it out there and getting all that stuff out. And I know that, I think it's Dr. Brene Brown has this whole thing about like the arena or something like that. And the biggest takeaway that I have from, without trying to, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not teaching, this isn't a lecture day, but is, in order for, if I want to be the best at something, I can't be afraid to just be, and I have to be seen first. And all of us have to be seen, and so let's be seen. Let's get out there. Let's throw it out. Let's get it printed. Let's send it places and share our work and everything, no matter what. Let's continue. You know, all of you, 100%. Always email me. You're always welcome back, no matter what. Your friends and their friends and friends and friends. I don't care who they are. Everybody is welcome here. You know, I don't know how many screens, how many squares we can fit, but we could put as many as we need. And so, thank you, JR. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for bringing us into who you are, what you are, why you live, and your entire world. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And for everybody listening tomorrow or whenever, and however many years it's on YouTube, probably forever, right? That's how it works. You know, because of the audio, if I turn on, and this is where Brian and I are gonna, you know, we're gonna work real hard, but if it'll get echoey if we have everybody, you know, for our Q&A normally. So I'm going to share a couple words. I'm going to share, you know, some thoughts, and then I'm going to end the live stream. But everybody in the Zoom, we'll still be here in our Zoom meeting, and we'll be able to kind of debrief, relax, say hello, say goodbye, and exchange information and so on. But everybody who is watching, thank you, of course. Always thank you, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for being part of our journeys, all of us, whether it's our first time or we've been here forever and we're speaking all the time, and we're happy that you're with us. every comment is great to look at. You know, it's always positive, and everybody is positive. You know, I like to try to be as positive as possible. That's what this is for, right? You know, it's the Santa hat or whoever it is. But, you know, my biggest message for everybody today is, you know, this season, I know that it is the next season in a very heavy series of months and years, but we're here, all of us, and we're here together, and we're fighting together. And as Nervous Ghost Press celebrates holidays and Christmas and New Year's, I hope you all celebrate with your families and your loved ones, whoever and wherever they are, no matter what. Next month or next year, you know, we didn't have any corny New Year's jokes, Brian. You know, just saying. But next year, the event is on January 15, Saturday at 6 o'clock, as always. And so email us, stay connected. Here's our social media and all of the ways you can contact us. Of course, email is the best way. I check email the most. Twitter, I'm really not good at Twitter. I'm trying. You know, Twitter's hard. And then Instagram, of course. But we are looking forward to everybody. Have a fantastic season. If you're in school, finals, you made it. That is a success. You made it 16 weeks. You were there every single day on Zoom, in class, wherever you were. You rolled over 5 minutes before class started, logged into Zoom, didn't turn on your camera on, but you still did it for 16 weeks straight. And that is something to be proud of no matter what. And so to the students everywhere, congratulations, you made it through. See you in the spring. For everybody else, have a fantastic break if you get one. If not, you know, maybe a couple weeks or whatever it is, spend time with your loved ones. And we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you very much, everybody.